And it says we are live. I'm here. You're beautiful. It's Thursday night. That must mean it's time for GotBot Goes Live. I, of course, am your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share. Of course, subscribe. And while you are at it, light them up, baby. Ding, because I don't have my bell here. Hit the notification bell. It helps me out a ton. Let you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. Whew, started running out of some air there. Also in the description, and if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have offered to you through spring, or of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. And we are not in our usual location tonight. The last time that we were in this location, GotBot Goes Live lasted for about 17 minutes. It was a rough night. That was back in May. However, things have very much changed, and the reason that I'm here tonight is not because your boy old GotBot's in the doghouse or anything like that. Actually, this week has been really rough for Starscream wife. She has had gastro or something, but it's I don't want to give you the details, but she's been stomach sick pretty much all week, and I wanted to, because where I usually do the show in the office area is very near where she usually is in our bedroom, which is also very near the bathroom. I wanted to give her all the privacy that she could possibly have. So we're going to do the show this week from right here. If you happen to hear anything in the background, I mean, it could be her running some water or going past. I do have a dryer going out in the laundry room, so you might hear that because the belt on that is real loud for some reason. I don't know. So just a couple of little caveats there before we get going, because I'm sure when you saw where we were, some people thought, uh-oh, is GotBot in the doghouse again? No, no, no. It's nothing like that. It's just trying to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Considerate, I suppose, of my wife. And of course, we have a lot of things tonight. We're going to kick things off, though, right away with a moment of silence for the late, great Peter Renaday. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right. Of course, within Transformers, he was the voice of G1 Grapple. Apparently, he was also the voice of Lord Chumley. But we probably all know him even better, or at least as well, as Hamato Yoshi. And for those who don't know that name, that, of course, is Master Splinter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. For some reason, I always remember Hamato Yoshi being Splinter, and I always remember Oroku Saki being Shredder, and I even remember Shredder's brother, Oroku Nagi. So weird, right? Weird things that stick in your mind. Talk about nostalgia and whatnot, right? So we will do a moment of silence for Peter, because he was certainly a part of my childhood and a part of many of yours. He was 89. He passed away at his home, apparently of natural causes. Okay, so a bunch of things that we have to go through, but let me check in with you guys here first. By the way, if the lighting's off, I apologize. I'm not used to here, so I'm not exactly sure what the right lighting setup is actually supposed to be for it. Plus, it's a weird time of the day where it's dusk and starting to get dark, so I do have a little bit of sun behind me, but over the course of the next hour or so that we're here, let's be realistic, that's going to go the way of the dodo. Hey, Hot Wheels Brothers. Hey, Tetranova. Hey, Paul. Hey, Razor Bear. Yeah, she's had a real rough go. She's finally to the point where she's not throwing up anything, but she really still has like a burning in her stomach and stuff, and it's really bad. I don't think I've ever seen her in the 12 years that we've been together. I don't think I've ever in my life seen her as sick as what she is now. Hey, Franzese. Yeah, good old Master Splinter. Good old Master Splinter. Hey, Albert. I think I want a Thunderclash now. Absolutely want a Thunderclash. The MMC one that I want is very expensive. MMC stuff is wildly expensive, but it's so good. It's really, really, really good. Listen, Paul, you tell your daughter she is very welcome. I hope she had a fantastic birthday. I really do. Hey, Timmy. Hey, Fire Prime. Okay, so why don't we get going right away, and we're going to start things off with this. Yeah, of course, this is the Takara Brave Optimus. These are just new images. I don't think we're going to particularly see anything here that we haven't seen before, but we'll run through them real quick. Of course, you can see the axe goes over the hand. I don't know. I think it looks like it's at a weird angle to me. Oh. Of course, you can hold his matrix, which is in his chest. You can have him going around headless if you think that that's cool, I suppose. I don't know what these pieces are. I guess they're... Oh, I know what this is. This is if you want to like use like weaponizers or armorizers or fossilizers or junkions or whatever. He has 5mm ports all over his body. There's the axe. It comes in 2 pieces. This is what I really wanted to show. And this is the head flip gimmick. And a lot of people wondered, GotBot, you said that he can have his mask or not have his mask. Does the mask say move up and down like the animated Voyager class offering? No. It's more akin, and I said this already, it's more akin to their Optimus Primal, where you lift the head up, the top of the head up, basically. And I guess it's pinned up, screwed up, and you turn it around, right? The, I guess, plated face is on one side, and the face is on the other side. It's clever. It's a really clever way to do that stuff. They also did that with Select's Megatron, essentially, to go between his Super Megatron face, his Omega Megatron face, and there was another one, right? So, like, it's not the first time Takara's done this. I don't know why Hasbro doesn't do this more. It's really clever. It's super simple. Great looking truck mode for a Cybertronian truck mode. Looks nice and solid. I really do like it. Of course, Bumblebee up there. And that's really it for that. I really only want to bring that up to bring up the face gimmick. By the way, I went back after and I looked at that section of the video last week where it went black. And I had to go back and open up a tab again to show you what I was talking about. I'm so sorry about that. I'm glad that you guys point that out to me when that happens, because otherwise a lot of times, like, I'm gonna miss that, right? I was a little bit early, so I don't think, if anybody's coming in now, I don't think anyone's late. It's not even quite 7:30. It's just with Starscream wife not feeling well, I kind of want to get through things in a timely manner in case she needs anything. I think she's fairly copacetic right now, but, you know, try to help out where I can, right? You know, as cantankerous and as grumbly as your boy can be, at the end of the day, I do have a good heart and want to try and help folks out. How about we go with this next? Yeah, so this, my friends, is some in-hand images of the G.I. Joe crossover with Cop. I mean, you know, not for nothing, the 2 Joes are great. I mean, I have one. I don't have the other. I've talked about this before. I've never in my collection ever had a Sergeant Slaughter. I'd love to have one. And I don't really care which one. Like, funny enough, the only Sergeant Slaughter that I actually knew of any of my friends having as a kid was my buddy David. Shout out to David, who had, not the same David, ironically, that owned Megatron. He was I knew a David that owned G1 Megatron. He was the only guy I knew who owned Megatron. This David had the, what was it, Tiger Force, I think, version that had the camo pants and the blue shirt. I know that, you know, there were some odd colors used for the Tiger Force stuff, but even if I had the Tiger Force Sarge, like, I'd be cool with that. I think that this works okay as Cup. It's big. Look at that backpack. Holy smokes. Again, this is about 130 Canadian, cheaper in the US, of course. I mean, you know, the Soundwave, I mean, I'd like Zorana. I don't need another Zartan. I have a Zartan. But, like, you know, I'd like Zorana, but, like, I'm not paying $130 for Zorana. You know what I mean? Or Zarana, as some people like to call her. I mean, this is cool. It is. It's really cool. I think it's really neat. I don't think I'm feeling $130 worth. I mean, I don't know. If I see it on sale or something, you never know. We also have this. Yeah, so Dreamstar Toys, they did a questionable Superion. I would say questionable because the torso, the Silver Bolt, is certainly known to have some breakage, but you can't argue with the gorgeousness and the beauty and the sculpted in detail and whatnot of what they do. This is a very, very stylized version of Scrapper, who, of course, is one of the Constructicons. Word is that when this is done, it will be an IDW, I guess, inspired version of, and there he is as a leg, version of Devastator. If anything, it'll be Prowlestator is what I hear, because one of the members is, that's right, Prowl. Are they going to do a proper Devastator with just kind of add-on parts to make it look like Prowl? Or are they going to do 5 members and then a 6th being a Prowl? I don't know. I really don't know, but time will tell. I don't know if that would be the smartest thing to do. If you can't do a proper Devastator, I don't know, maybe Prowlestator, but I feel like a lot of people would say, I'd like to have the option to do both. I think that they would be better off if they made both options viable. But that's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Great looking tractor. Really mixes a sense of realism with the stylization. And even the green, like this looks like an industrial green to me rather than, you know, the like almost neon green that we know the Constructicons to be, right? I think I really like this. You know, I'm assuming it's MP scaled. I mean, I'm assuming it's quite large, but I think it's pretty cool for what it is. Not a combiner for me, but it might be a combiner for you. Although that said, I think that we have some really successful MP combiners already on the market. And how do you top Toy World's Constructor? I don't know how hard he is to get now, but I'm just saying, how do you top Toy World's Constructor? And we're going to do this, and then I'm going to check in with you guys. Boom. So weirdly, to kind of go with, I suppose, the kickback, and I don't know if we've had Shrapnel actually released yet. We're getting a Retro Bombshell. Now, in the thumbnail and right here in my hand, down in the corner of your screen there, is the Legacy version of Bombshell. And the only reason I have this guy here is because I wanted to note how they opted to do the chest on the Legacy version with purple. But you'll notice that here they're doing the chest with gray. I don't think the G1 was actually done with gray, but it's interesting that they opted here to go with the animation accuracy of the robot mode, probably realizing that most people would keep him in robot mode. Again, it looks cool. It looks, and you can see, looking at it, you can certainly see how well the Legacy homages this. It really does. And then, oddly, he comes with an Autobot cassette, that being Ramhorn. Now, don't get me wrong, I think it's neat because if you have the blaster, well, now you have another cassette that can go in the Retro Blaster's chest, I guess. The only Ramhorn that I currently have, again, down in the corner of your screen, is this one. This is the Titan's Return Ramhorn, and not for nothing, I never, ever saw this guy locally. I bought this off of another local collector. I was really happy to have it. Some people have said, hey, are you going to be in for a Studio Series 86 Ramhorn? I don't know. I'll have to see because I really kind of like this one, even though he doesn't go in the chest. I really like this, and I like the size of this. But, I mean, there you go. Your classic Ramhorn and your classic Bombshell. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, neat, yes, this is much like the rest of this retro stuff. I've moved beyond this, but if you're in for it, hey, cool, I respect it. Let's check in with you guys for a few moments and see what you're saying here, because I'm sure I've missed some stuff. Let's see. I think it was around here that I stopped. The Fans Hobby Thunder Clash looks pretty good and is in stock on their website now. Large, right? You'd have to be an MP guy, I think, for that, though. So we go down here a little bit. And again, if I'm skipping some stuff, I apologize. Oh, wow. I did not give. You know what's funny? Did we give a moment of silence to James Earl Jones? We did not give a moment of silence to James Earl Jones. And the only reason we didn't is because while he is the voice of so many things, he really hasn't had a Transformers role. But you know what? Let's do that right now, because such a pop culture icon, from This Is CNN right through to Darth Vader to the Lion to the Lion King to so many things. So yes, you know what? We did do one for Peter Renaday, but you know what? It's only fitting. Thank you, Marcus. I did forget. It's only fitting that we do a second moment of silence, a little bit belated, for the late great, passing away at the age of 93, James Earl Jones. Okay, so obviously I'm not going to play the video, and I'm going to check with you guys, don't worry. But I wanted to show this Transformers 1, and I'm going to just fly through this very, very quick, because again, there's a ton of Transformers 1 clips and stuff that have been done this week in anticipation and promotion of the film. We actually have tickets for an advance showing on Saturday. I don't know if Starscream Wife is going to make it, but next Thursday, hopefully, I'll be able to talk spoiler-free about my thoughts of one. Right now, it's doing really well. I think the Rotten Tomatoes score is like at 91, 92. Like, it's getting really, really, really excellent reviews, which is funny since all of the fans have panned it and been like, this is going to be kiddie junk. You know what? If you're going to ruin your own fandom, just go away. We don't want you. Here's the thing. Give it a chance, man. The audiences and folks seem to be loving it. I digress. There's a stop motion that was done that led to like the voice actors. That was kind of neat. The Australian premiere, we saw some red carpet stuff from that. We saw a clip from this race from the train. We saw another featurette, I guess, that was like from recording booth to big screen. There was a clip of Optimus and Megatron fighting when they're full-on Optimus and Megatron. And, of course, the chocolate Optimus Prime head by chocolatier Amari Guichon. It even has LEDs in the eyes, apparently. Like, this thing is insane. And look at the size of it next to him. It's wild, absolutely wild, but beautiful. And I do love me some chocolate. I must. Okay, let's check in with you guys as I had planned. Thank you for the reminder again, Marcus, about the late great James Earl Jones. Curse double ad. Sorry about that, man. I try to skip them when I can, to be honest with you. I will certainly handling all of your well wishes to Starscream Wife. I mean, keep her in your thoughts. YouTube didn't tell you I was live. Shame on YouTube. It's amazing the stuff that they actually don't give updates on. Haven't been hot on the G.I. Joe crossovers. I mean, I'm not really hot on any of the crossovers. I'm not a crossover guy. I have Ectotron, and I'm going to have Agent Knight because, come on, right? I would probably get the A-Team van, but like all the other stuff, it's a little niche for me. Now, I do know a couple of people, and all they collect are collaboratives and crossovers. Very interesting way to do one's collection, but you know what? I can't argue with it. My son actually somewhere in his room, and I don't know where it is, has, and I've reviewed it, has the, I want to say Voyager collab that was a Jeep and Wolverine, which was actually really good. It was a great Transformer. Starting another custom, which is BotCon Ape Link out of Ape Base. Good luck. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Toy Hex does a better job for G.I. Joe crossovers. If you like stickers, I guess. There, see? Here, but sick as heck, says Dragonfly. Well, you know what, Dragonfly? I hope you feel better too, buddy. I really, really do. Listen, I've said it before, health is everything. You know, you could have a $10 billion. Don't mean much if you haven't got health. Pearl replaced the dead Scrapper. So, oh, was it Scrapper he replaced? Oh, okay. So I don't know. I guess I only know what I heard. I mean, that's weird. Wasn't Prowl the chest? I don't understand. Again, you know what? Let's just leave it. Let's just leave Prowlestator be. I said what I said and what I had heard. Make of it what you will. I don't even want to revisit it. It's just IDW garbage. It's just more bad ideas. It's been enough of a week dealing with Starscream Wife being sick. I ain't need to be complaining about IDW. But Both options would be good, but maybe they figure there's been enough classic Devastators. Could be. Hey, Maximal 10. Dreamstar is quite pricey. Yes, no doubt. It's sad James Earl Jones passed. I mean, that's the thing. Our childhood, they can't live forever. You know, I mean, he was 93. That's a great long life. We were so fortunate to have him be a part of it for so long. You know, I'm glad that we got to enjoy such a smooth, wonderful voice for so many wonderful characters for so many wonderful years. Right? Even his appearances on The Big Bang Theory were great because he was hilarious. You didn't get to see the humorous side of James Earl Jones that much, but man, he was so good. He was so funny, so talented. Hey, Joseph. Can someone answer what? Can someone answer what happened to Star? She's sick. She has stomach issues like pretty much all week. She also had dehydration earlier the week, but thankfully that's not the case. So right now, it's like a pain and a burning in her stomach. She's been sick. It's as simple as that. What? Who is James Earl Jones? Look him up. I can 100% guarantee you that you will know him because it's impossible for you to live on the planet Earth and have watched franchises and stuff and not know who it is. If you've ever turned on CNN for even 5 moments and heard this is CNN, that's James Earl Jones. If you've ever seen Darth Vader and heard him talk, that's James Earl Jones. If you've ever seen The Lion King and Mufasa, that's James Earl Jones. I could go on and on and on and on all day. Definitely look him up. Remember who you are. Oh, in Coming to America, yes, him and Eddie Murphy, right? Thanks for the answer. I think she'll be okay, but it's been a rough go. Okay, so let's continue on here, my friends, with this next. Not going through all the pictures or anything, but threezero finally showed up there. These are the ones I believe with the cog. All of these slated for the fall, I believe. So they should be coming up and out very soon. I believe all of these are. I think they're all. Yeah, they're all. I'm not sure about the last one here. Oh no, they're all M Deluxe. So they're all. If you've seen the Bumblebee, the Optimus, the Nemesis, the Starscream, the Megatron, they're all M Deluxe. That's the smallest ones, the affordable ones. These are going to be those. So here in Canada, I think that retails for about $70. So maybe in the US, I don't know, 45, $50. And you might say, for something that doesn't transform, I'm telling you now, the paint, the detail, the sculpt, the articulation, the joints, it's all there. I think that that's a reasonable price for what you're getting here. If you're into, what they're offering, right? If you're into for what they're offering. We also have this, which was mentioned earlier. Well, it was kind of mentioned earlier. We talked about Fans Hobby and their Thunderclash. This is Wingsaber, and we know that they have really kind of found a niche with Unicron Trilogy stuff. And we know that they did a version of Energon Optimus Prime. And of course, this is Wingsaber. Now, the original Wingsaber, I mean, that thing is a brick. Yeah, sure. Okay, it can like combine or whatever with the Optimus, but like it is a complete brick. It has the weirdest alt mode, and in robot mode, like it really doesn't move. This one does. You can see the legs out, you can see the arms out. I still think that the articulation is going to be somewhat limited. Probably more than what's shown here, but I think it's going to be somewhat limited just because of how bulky the whole design is. But this is pretty good. I mean, obviously the arms go out to the side and they can definitely go further because you can see that there are panels that go out on the shoulders. With the legs, same thing out to the side. They can probably even go out further. I assume that there's a solid waist on the guy. Like this is certainly impressive. I'd love to see it with color naturally. Wingsaber colored a lot like G1 Star Saber. Honestly, I always have seen Wingsaber as like an Energon version of Star Saber, honestly. This is the weird alt mode. I mean, it's a ship, I guess. I guess that's what we call this. A ship, I suppose. Next to Optimus. You could tell, like, this is big, right? And right here, you can see the Optimus is not small. Like, I think these are MP scaled. And he is still bigger behind Optimus. I don't think, though, we have images yet of him combined on. No, we don't. But word is that he will be able to combine with that Optimus. And you want something kind of quirky? How about these? That's right. It is a box. I never thought I would just show a box. This is a 50-liter foldable 40th anniversary container. You know all those bots you can't put on display? Well, I guess you could always throw them in this box if you're able to get one. Why do I say that? Because they are only going to be available at the TF Expo in Tokyo from the 12th through to the 29th of September. We do have an Autobot one here with the red detailing on it, but if you're more a Decepticon, there you go. I don't know really what to say about this. I mean, this is one of those exclusive things it'd be cool to have. I'm sure a lot of people would prefer this over just like a plastic container. They'd like for it to be a Transformers plastic container. 50 liters is fairly big, pretty big container. You could fit a lot of miscellaneous bots in there. I'll give it that much, I guess. And let's see. How about this next? Yeah, so there was this crossover I talked about last week with a studio that has done like Kill la Kill and stuff in Japan. And I said, I don't know what the nature of this will be. Well, it's this 40th anniversary vignette, I'm going to call it. I mean, they call it movie, but like it's 3.5 minutes or something. It's, to me, it's more like a little vignette than it is anything else. And I saw it, I watched it, and I've heard a lot of praise for it. People are like, if this doesn't celebrate 40 years, I don't know what does. It just seemed like a music video. Like the music behind it was from that Bump of Chicken. I watched it. Some of it seemed like it was probably original animation. Some of it seemed like it was updated or remastered animation. I don't know if it was clips taken out. I don't know if there was supposed to be a narrative or a story. It just seemed like a bunch of Optimuses, a bunch of Megatrons, a bunch of characters all coming together. And we had, you know, G1 Megatron and Beast Wars Transmetal 1 Megatron, and like they smashed together to give us the Dragon Megatron. And we had like G1 Optimus and like Transmetal 1 Primal, and they smashed together to give us Optimal Optimus. I don't know. It was weird. I didn't like it. I saw it. I got to about a minute in, and I'm like, I can't listen to this song, and I can't watch all this flashing and moving and all this moving. It was too much for me. It was too much. I was not. I didn't like it at all. I had to turn it off. I could not watch it. I don't know. I hope they didn't spend money on it. If you liked it, I mean, Maximal 10 thought it was good. If you like it, cool, but like for something that's known for doing series and stuff, a little 3.5 minute vignette, I don't know. It didn't do it for me. If it did for you, cool, I guess. Let's see. Hey, Adam. Are we ever getting a Thunderwing update? I don't know. I've never heard anything about it. But you never know. Kind of like those YOLO Park TF1 figures. Better myself. Now, the ones I showed were not the YOLO Park ones. The ones I showed were the M Deluxe from threezero. But the YOLO Park ones are also quite good. Love to see an Octo Punch update. Yes. Yes. I would love to have a proper Octo Punch update. Absolutely. What about Gilbert Gottfried's voice? What about Gilbert Gottfried's voice? He passed away a long time ago, and we talked about him when he did. He was certainly the voice for Generation as well. And I've seen Star Wars, all of the movies. I haven't seen all of the movies. I haven't seen the last one. And I haven't seen Solo. Hey, Brandon. James had a great cameo in the show Big Bang Theory. He really did. Yeah, he really did. One of the funniest episodes, Tijuana. That's where he was going to take Sheldon, I think, right? He was taking him to Tijuana. Dagger was crushed by an energon tower by shock blast. It doesn't matter, Joseph. I'm not going to go back and watch it anymore. I own it, and it's such a bad series. Unicron Trilogy is so bad. I'm done subjecting myself to it. The Armada Jetfire looked good, so I expect this will be solid too. As long as it's built well, right? Looks are one thing, build is another. Might make a Thunderclash. You can do that. You can certainly. I've thought about customizing something for Thunderclash too. The presence of Wingsaber only makes me think there's plans for an Energon Omega Supreme, and there very much could be. I wouldn't even be shocked if there was. I mean, they've done Tidal Wave, so they're not afraid of doing a big bot. Why not? Why not? I could believe it. Let's see here. Crash Course was the only time the gunner from Prime and Wingsaber was shown, as far as I know. I don't know what you're talking about, but okay, I assume that's an episode. Japan, yeah, of course they get the best exclusives. Don't they always? Yeah, Tropical Storm Francine, I heard about that. I hope that everything's okay there. Let's see. Only thing in that I kind of like was Beast Wars Megatron holding G1 Megatron. Yeah, he did do that. I don't understand how biting him all of a sudden made him turn into the dragon. I don't know. I don't get this stuff. As we go down here. Tigger stopped me from watching it. Okay. Lost power. Losing power is no fun either, though, Marcus. Okay, never know. My wife was at Katrina. Oh, listen, it's so weird. Growing up, people say, you got. I heard this stat fairly recently saying that 1 in 10 Canadians. Now, there's 40 million people or so in our country, not like the 360 or whatever it is. 360 million in the U.S. We have a lot of geography up here for a relatively small population. 1 in 10 Canadians apparently doesn't believe in climate change. It's the same as when I was a kid. Bull. If you think that, you're a fool and have not been paying attention, because I have been around for 46 years. And in my growing up, I can guarantee you, we did not have as harsh winters as we have now. We did not have the super hot 35 and 40 degree temperatures in the summer that we have now. We did not have nearly as much erosion because of rising ocean levels around the edges of the island as we have now. We didn't have any hurricanes, but now we do. We get a couple every year, and it's always scary. And the newest joy that we've started to see happen is the formation, though not a touchdown, the formation of funnel clouds. There's none of that when I was growing up. That's all because of climate change. It's science. It's happening. Stop denying it. It's real. And it's scary. Honestly, I find it terrifying. But that's just me. Hey, Caldio. I think America's done this is spilling into our country. Listen. You want to know how dumb people up here can be? I live in the furthest east that you could possibly live in Canada. We're an island, and I have seen, not this time around, but back in 2016, do you know I still saw people here who had like Trump bumper stickers? And I was like, why? You literally can't even vote. Why would you do that? Why would you say that you think this guy's great? You don't even live in the country. It'd be different if you lived there and you could vote for him. But newsflash, you ain't American. It was the silliest thing. Yeah, tornadoes are second nature here. I find that terrifying because they're so destructive. Al Gore tried to warn us. Absolutely, he did. And guess what? He was right. Honest to God, he was right. Okay, so we're going to close this one. We only have one more image tonight, and it's probably the most topical at this point, because it's this leading into tomorrow, Friday the 13th. Typically, Friday the 13th is a good day for yours truly. Will it be tomorrow? I don't know. We will see. Time will tell. But this is the rundown tomorrow. So apparently, if you're a Pulse Premium member, so if you're full, I'm gonna say it, if you're full enough to pay a Pulse Premium, then 9 o'clock Eastern tomorrow morning, you get some sort of, I don't know, preview with early reveals or something. We all know that by 9:01, all of it's going to be all over the internet. 12 o'clock, there's a pre-show for an hour. Dude, I don't have the patience to watch a pre-show for a wrestling event for an hour before it comes on. I'm not remotely interested in watching a pre-show of Hasbro to show off all of their junk that they're going to try and get us to buy. Sorry, no thanks. But you can see the outline there. 3 o'clock Eastern, so 4:30 my time. Tomorrow afternoon is when Transformers goes on. 4 o'clock is pre-orders for like premium members or some junk like that. And then 5 Eastern, tomorrow's when pre-orders go up for whatever it is they're going to show. I have heard speculation, I'm going to call it speculation more than rumor, that we're probably going to see like the Cosmos and the Galaxy Shuttle and the Ramjet and like those reissues this time. I don't know if we will. Time will tell. I would think that that's where they're going to go next, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. And that, my friends, is the news. Now, I'm going to do as I always do, and I'm going to check in with the news just a little bit. My girlfriend's birthday's tomorrow, and her gift Saturday. Tell your girlfriend happy birthday. LCS, it's a good school. There are neighbors to the north. I live in Upper Michigan. In the 30-plus years I have lived here, I can count tornadoes on one hand with fingers to spare. I mean, we've never had them. It was one of those things that we watched other places have and said, wow, we're so lucky to live where we live because we don't get that here. And the reason we didn't get it here is because it was too cold for it. But it's not too cold for it anymore because everything is warmed up. Dirge into Leader 1? No, that wouldn't work. No, wait, it would because the wings are on the legs. You're right, Dirge could be. Oh, you'd have to do something to the head. I don't know. I don't think, honestly, I don't think we have any mold that would really work as Leader 1. Honestly, I don't think we have any mold that exists that I think of and say, that would work for Leader 1. It would all be too stylized for me. Wow. Okay, so let's just run through this very quickly, my friends, so that we can do the trivia and our pickups and get out of here. So Pulsecon, of course, is tomorrow. Oh, by the way, if you're in for Dino King, he's a Pulsecon exclusive. So if you're in for that Dino King set tomorrow, you're going to have to put your order in, I guess, at 5 Eastern. As well, Pulsecon is not the only convention. On the 17th, that is going to be apparently Transformers Day. That's Tuesday. I don't know if they're doing another live stream for it on Tuesday or a bunch of pre-orders or what's happening. And then in October, on October 18th, they're going to be doing a panel at NYCC, which of course is the New York Comic-Con or CollectorCon or whatever it is. So they're returning to NYCC with a panel. We saw the M Deluxe Transformers 1 stuff, the threezero M Deluxe Transformers 1 stuff, the Retro Bombshell and Ramhorn. Oh, I'll note this. We mentioned how there was a Gen Prime, is what we're calling it now, listing for Swindle. That's been switched out. It is now Vortex. That's a Vortex. That's a Swindle. I would say it's a pretty safe bet we're getting a Bruticus to go along with the legacy style of Menasor and the impending Superion. I got to be honest, though, I've said this before, I don't like the Menasor. I don't think it was well done. It doesn't make me confident or want either of the other ones. If you like the Menasor and you want the other ones, cool. But I'm not excited for them personally. If you are, cool. I respect it. I just don't want it. Takara showed off more pictures of their Studio Series Megatron. He looks neat. Transformers by Squad Busters. It's a mobile game crossover. We talked about the 50-liter container. There was an update to the Saber World trademark, I guess. Nothing really. It's just business administrivia stuff, so I'm not really going to go over it. We talked about the abundance of one stuff, including the chocolate Optimus head. We talked about Wingsaber. We talked about the Dreamstar toy scrapper, the cup. the Brave Optimus Prime images. And if you are looking for Steeljaw, guess what? He's actually out in the US in physical stores. He has been spotted at a GameStop in the Willowbrook Mall in Jersey. So if you frequent the Willowbrook Mall, cool for you, I guess. Here is the trivia. Are we ready, my friends? Legacy Motormasters Thunderclash? Maybe. I could see it, I think. Bit of work, but maybe. Looking forward to Bruticus. I just didn't care for the stylization of the CW version. That's fair, but I just painted mine. So he's not that stylized anymore. But to each their own. Okay, so here's the trivia. Death's Head was created by Lupix, whose wife gave him a unique persona, a hunter persona. And Death's Head first contract was Lupix himself. So his wife, Lupix's wife, gave Death's Head a personality because the original plan that Lupix had was for this to be a body that could hold his soul for eternity so he could live forever. Priya, I think her name is, put a personality in Death's Head and basically made him like a bounty hunter, but we don't say that because he's a freelance peacekeeper. But she basically gave him a personality and said, now take up my husband for the right price. So that's a little bit of background about Death's Head. So his first bounty was actually Lupix, his creator. Who was his first Transformers mission? In other words, when he started going out, trying to collect bounties and stuff, one of them was for a Transformer. Which Transformer was he first trying to collect a bounty on? Is it A, Rodimus Prime, B, Scourge, C, Bumblebee, or D, Galvatron? A, B, C, or D? Who was he looking for initially? Rodimus, Scourge, B, or Galvatron? A, B, C, or D? I'm going to check in with you guys while you're giving me some answers there. We only had one tornado in my area my whole life. I've had zero, so I'm terrified at the prospect. What mold would work for Thunderclash? I think we already talked about that. Have to order Dyna King. I got an ad for Talking Beans. Sorry, man. Maybe the Siege Prime could be a base? Maybe. My wife doesn't get ads because she has premium. I don't know. I think she has a trial or something. Hey, Mike, if I didn't say it already, wedding anniversary is the 21st. So I have to wait till the 22nd to see the Transformers one. Transformers one. Well, it comes out the 20th. You might be able to see it 19th. Just saying, that Thursday night, maybe. By the way, happy early anniversary. I'd rather have Combiner Wars than Legacy Stunticons. I mean, to each their own. What about a CW Motormaster into Thunderclash? Maybe, but then you wouldn't have the trailer. That's the only thing about that. As we're down here, let's see. A, you could say Mercenary, I suppose. Inputs Q answer. I'm glad that Timmy remembered that. B, Rodimus Prime. I never read D, B. Some guesses. The answer is D, Galvatron. And the bounty was actually put up by Rodimus Prime. Scourge was the first bot that he beat to a pulp. And I'm pretty sure Bumblebee was the first bot that he actually took offline. He extinguished his spark in the past because there was some like time manipulation there. And his justification was that in every reality, that Bumblebee guy needs to die because he gets rebuilt as Goldbug. I just sped up the process, right? And that's the way he sort of saw it and justified it. Okay, we have our unboxing. Now, I'm not going to lie. What I had planned for the unboxing tonight, we'll probably do next week. I'm going to say probably because you never know what could come up. And in fact, what I was going to do for the unboxing tonight was going to be the reviews for Tuesday and Friday next week, because tomorrow is going to be Leader Class Bulkhead. Scrap that. we're going to change it because we had a couple of unexpected things come in. The first that came in, I have two things actually. The first that came in is, I'm really, really happy to have this because I remember talking to Razor Bear about this and I skipped it, but it's Shattered Glass Grimlock. Our GameStop got these, and I think it was for the same price that they were on Pulse, which was in American dollars, except we paid Canadian dollars. Ooh, buddy. And the nicest part of it all is, even though this guy does not come with Bumblebee, or not Bumblebee, a Wheelie, which is no big loss, nor does he come with a sword. But since Swoop came with the proper sword for Grimlock, I took the spare Fall of Cybertron one that I had and said, I'm going to give that to the Shattered Glass Grimlock. And you know what? I think it looks even better with him. Like, the gunmetal gray on this really matches the dark gray on this guy. Like, it fits in on him way better. So we're going to take a look at this lad Tuesday, maybe. Why not? Why not Tuesday? And the other thing that came in, I'm excited about this. The other thing that came in is, in fact, boom, Death's Head. The SDCC exclusive, again, was released via GameStop here. And, oh, yeah. And you know what? I was like, man, he's really big. Like, even for Marvel Legends, he's a big boy. And I said, how big is he? And when we do the review, you'll see a particular comparison there. But you know what? Since we have Grimlock here, like, I mean, he ain't leader class. Well, he might be leader class for some of those fake leader classes, but like Grimlock is a true leader class. He ain't leader class, but I'm willing to bet he's a big Voyager class, which is nice because the only one I have is the Marvel's Infinite, which is nice, but it's small. It scales closer to like G.I. Joe's. And while I've used that in Universal Collision, I always knew like Death's Head is going to have to talk. He's not really going to be able to battle because he's not big enough to battle the bots. well, he's big enough to battle the bots now. But is he good? We'll find out when we take a look at this guy next week. And that, my friends, is it. Trivia done with Galvatron. We've gone through the news. Shattered Glass Grimlock and Death's Head. Yeah, baby. And that's it. I thank you guys for coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you're at it, hit the subscribe button. Stick around, have some fun with us here on the channel. And don't forget, not for a moment, not for a second, not for a day, because I think next week we're going to have a lot to talk about. But until then, don't forget that you right there, you do make a difference in the world, whether you feel it, know it, or not. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres or the old-fashioned way inside the video.